Welcome to Abhyas Institution. Today we are going to learn about how to apply for CAT 2021 application. So let's dive into the information right away. First of all you need to do is that type in iicat.ac.in on your web browser. To redirect you to the IIM page, here you should be able to see click the register for new candidate registration. This is where you click the option for new application. So the important dates as mentioned here is for the registration started on August 4th and it will end on September 15th, and your admit card will be available by October 27th and examination will be on November 28th. So if you are a new registered candidate and you want to apply for CAT, click on this register button. So you will get this pop-up saying that you have to use any of these three browsers and the version should be above and of the 56th of Mozilla or 59th of Chrome, so that you won't be facing any issues while you're applying for CAT. And also another thing is that if you see the star mark while in the application procedure, see, it means that that is a mandatory detail that the CAT application process requires. So always try to fill the section with the star mark so that you won't face any issues, and also try to give the best information and the most factual information so that your application process goes smoothly. And one more thing, always save your user ID and password somewhere safely so that you won't be having issues while downloading your admit card or appearing for the examination, because most of the students don't pay attention to this. And I want to just mention this point because some of the students lost their user ID and password from the previous years and they were unable to download their admit card. So this is how it's going to be. These are all the details that they will be asking you, and I will give you the basic idea how it will go. So first of all you have to mention your name of the candidate as mentioned here, and it is a mandatory. See, you see the star mark here, right? And also we have a note here, candidate name should be entered exactly as it appears in 10th or SSC certificate. Only alphabets are allowed. It basically means that whatever the name that you have on your 10th class or SSC certificate or any other equivalent certificate to 10th class, you have to enter your name in the same format. For example, that is what the name that I have on my SSC certificate, so it should be in that format. You have to enter your date of birth. Now your email address. You have to select your country, India, and you have to enter your mobile number. Once you enter your mobile number, you have to click on generate OTP. It will redirect you to a captcha page. You have to confirm the captcha. Once you click on submit, you should be getting an OTP to your mobile number. Once you enter the OTP, click on validate OTP. So you should be able to see this pop-up saying OTP has been validated. Click on OK, and again you'll get this captcha at the end. You have to confirm that too, and click on I agree. If you see this here, the declaration is that whatever the information that you have provided above is best of your knowledge and is genuine. Okay, if there is anything that is false in this information that you have provided, your candidature will be in disqualification, or it will not be, it will be a void basically. So you are agreeing to that here. Click on submit. So it says the same. You have to save your user ID and password of the chat application. If you didn't save it, it will be sent to your registered email address that you have entered, or your registered mobile number. And to all the students who are applying for CAT, I suggest to create a new email ID for all the application process. I'm not saying everybody should do this, but people who have their email address with their nickname and any other information in your email address, please don't use that. Try to create an email with your proper last name and like your first name, your date of birth, like that. It should be a proper official email address, so that it appears to be a professional email address. It will be good on your resume also. So you'll get your user ID like this, the, all the details. And once you save this user ID, click on go to application form. It will again show you that browser setting. So here it will ask you for your basic details. Let's dive into this. So your first name or surname, you have to enter this. My surname is father's name. If you have your spouse, you can enter, which is an optional data. If you want, you can provide. If not, no. You have to select your gender, your nationality. If you have any certificate, like if you, it is basically your reservation category question. If you are a general, click on general. If you have any EWS or OBC or SCSD category belonging person, you can click on any of those. For example, if you are an EWS person, you have to click on that, and you have to fill these details from where you are. You have to enter your certificate number here. So this is a category question, which means your reservation status, to which category you belong to for your reservation. If you are a general, click on general. If you are from any other category like SC, ST, OBC, EWS, you can click on that. For example, if you click on SC, you have to fill your state details, from which state you are. and also the certificate number. It is a serial number that will be available on your SC certificate, and you can mention your particular caste or tribe in that category. Okay. And if you are a physically handicapped person under RPW Act 2016, you have to click yes, and same goes here also. You have to select what type of disability you have, and you can answer this question whether you require a wheelchair or not, or scribe for test. Would you be using a scribe for test? Would you be asking help from some other person to write your exam while you dictate? If yes, yes, no, you can click on no. And now you have to enter your address. Please see that you enter the address that you are available with. For example, if you are a student and you stay away from your home, try to give the address that you in which city you stay in, so that you know if there is any communication going on, you will be available over there. Or else you can give your home address as well. And you have to enter your mobile number, which is an emergency number. For most of the people enter their parents mobile number, and you have to enter the relationship with the person that you gave the emergency number for. And now you have to upload your passport size photograph and signature over here. Take a passport size photograph and a signature which should be clear. Both images should be clear, and you have to compress the image to 300 KB or less. The maximum size of the photo should be 1 MB, and it should be in JPEG and JPG format, any of those two formats, and it should be in these dimensions. You can drag the photo and drop over here, or else you can click on browse and try to access your photos from your desktop. Okay, and see that your photograph is of a recent one. And if you are a person who belongs to a category, who the person who clicks on any of these options and chooses them, they have to submit their certificate, scanned copy of their certificate. See that you have a scanned copy of it, which is clear enough that your name and the serial number, every detail in that certificate appears clearly, so there won't be any issues. And while uploading the picture or the scanned copy, the file should be less than 300 KB over here. Only PDF allowed. It should be in the PDF format. Once you upload all of these, and once you second check the details, click on save and continue. Once you're done with this, you can go here. And please note that there are 6 different forms you have to fill in this, and you don't need to fill all the forms at a time. You can take your time. You can gather the information which is genuine and factual, and fill the data, so that you won't have any other issues in your application process. Take your time to fill all the details. You can fill the first form at once till here, and click on save and continue. You can continue the rest of the process on any other day. So if you click on academics, it will ask you for your SSC detail. You have to mention the date of, or the month and year of the completion of your SSC, and you have to enter your maximum marks. Here, don't get confused between maximum marks and total marks. Maximum marks is nothing but your total marks that you are writing the examination for. For example, if you have 6 subjects and each subject is for 100 marks in your SSC, your total marks will be 600 marks. As there are 6 subjects and each is for 100, 6 into 100 is equal to 600 marks. So this is what maximum marks means. And total marks is the score that you received. For example, if you got 520 marks out of 600, 520 is the total marks obtained over here. And if you have your SSC scores in grade points or CGPA format, You can just confirm what is your aggregate percentage from the board that you have appeared for the SSA examination, or else if they do not provide any of such details because there is no particular calculation on that board, you can just basically convert your percentage like this. If you got 9.5 or 9 or 8, for example, if it is 8, your percentage will be 80, and if it is 9.5, it is 95%. So calculate on that basis and enter the appropriate details over there. Same goes for the 12th marks as well. Here comes the bachelor degree details. Are you in final year of your degree? Have you completed bachelor's degree? If you are from a final year, if you are appearing for CAT while in your final year, you have to click yes. And if you have completed yours, you have to click bachelor's degree, you have to click yes over here. Any one of the options will be available for you. So if you are from final year, you have to give the basic details like this, and you have to enter your percentage of your previous semester, okay, over here. And if you are a person who has completed your bachelor's degree already, you can fill these details, and same goes here, the percentage and all. If you have any dual degree, like if you are a person that has done a degree and you have pursued another stream, click yes over here, click on this, and you'll be able to fill the details for this as well in the previous format. If you have a master's degree, you can do this. If you have any other professional degrees like FIAA, or if you are a CA or CS student, chartered accountant or company secretary, click on yes, select the appropriate detail, and give the basic details, your percentages, final marks, and your aggregate details, month and year of completion and commencement of the course, and click on save. Once you've done that, you will be redirected to your work experience. Here in your work experience, you have to be entering the details that are on or before of July 31st. These are the details that are concerned with the date before July 31st. If you have any experience after that, you do not include in this. You have multiple types of industries here, and the work experience till July 31st, 2021. And you can, for example, if you are from retail, click on this and enter the date that you have started working in your retail industry and the end date, and you can here enter the days that you have worked for. For example, if you have worked for 2 years, make your breakup like 365 days into 2, and that will be somewhere 720 days, and you can enter the number of days that you worked. Okay, once you've done with entering all these details, click on save and continue. Here you have to mention the number of days that you should be able to see the number here. I don't have any work experience, so I am not entering any. If you have any, go ahead and enter and save and continue. Now we go into the programs tab. Here you have to select the program name that you are opting for from the list of the universities that are available, and you have to select the interview city preference 1 and 2. For example, if you are a person with IIM Ahmedabad interest, you have to click on that, and you have to select from these cities for your interview round. For example, like this, if this is your preference, you have to select it like this, and you can select from all these universities. Once you're done with picking your interview city and the type and the university and the program type, you can click on save and continue. Then you can go for the test city. Here it will ask you for the preference order of the cities for your test. Like it will give you a 6 city option. like this: reference city test 1, city 2, city 3, 4, 5, like that. You can select from all the options are available. You can select any of those six and save and continue. And one more thing I would like to mention: if it is very rare, but if it is possible, you might not get into the test for your preference order. Like for example, if you have selected all the six cities, and at the end of the application you might not get a chance to attend your exam in that particular order. You might get somewhere in a city which is most nearest to the preference order that you have selected for. Once you have selected all these, click on save and continue. And one more thing, it is not mandatory for you to complete all these six tabs at a time. You can take your time. You can fill one or two at a time. You can fill all the six tabs at a time. It's your choice, but see that you do not forget your username and password. Once you fill all the above five tabs, click on payment, and it will be asking you to select a payment method. And these are the transaction fees that will be applied on this payment according to your choice of payment mode. And once you've selected your payment method, click here and enter the captcha and click I have previewed the application form. And by clicking here, you will be finalizing your details, and once you finalize your details, you can see the details here. Whatever you have mentioned, you can see your application like this. Check multiple times that you have entered all the details correctly, and then click on OK. Once you enter OK, here click on agree and submit. Once you click on submit, it will be redirecting you to a concerned website where you will be able to make a payment. It will basically be asking your debit card or credit card details, or if you are going to use PayU, it will be asking your UPI details. You can enter your OTP and click on submit or make the payment. Once the payment is done, your application process will be completed.